Hi everybody, it's Miss Hargreaves here, back for our first lesson of the week beginning the 11th of May. So yeah, really glad that you could all join us. Let's get started. Okay, before we start, make sure that you have a pencil and a piece of paper ready and your thinking caps on. So our objective today is, can I write adjectives using my phonics sounds? So let's have a look. So first of all, we're going to recap adjectives. Then we're going to have a look at some of the phonic sounds we're going to be using. And then we're going to think of some adjectives to describe an elephant. So I want you to have a think now. What is an adjective? If you need a little bit more time, you can pause the video. An adjective is a describing word. So let's have a look at some examples. The fish is small. I'll read that one more time. The fish is small. So can you have a look there? What is the word we're using to describe the fish? Well done if you got it. It's small because that's the word. It describes the size of the fish. He is small. That's the adjective we're using. Let's read it. I'll read it first and we'll read it together. It has thin fins. Bit of a tongue twister, this one. Read it together. It has thin fins. Okay, so we can see the fins are to help it to swim, and we can see the fins down here. So what word are we using that describes the fins? Did you get it? Well done if you did. It was thin. Thin is the adjective that describes the fins. Super work, well done. Okay, now we're going to have a look at some of our phonic sounds. Let's see if we can remember them. Some of them we did last week, and we have some new ones in there too. So if I point to the first one in the purple box, we've got G, G, and that means your turn, don't forget. Next one we've got is T, T. Let's have a look on our blue blocks. I, I. And I've put the pictures there to help you remind you. I for insect. Oh, look at the picture to help you. What's this one? B. B. Look, here we've got a snake. What's the sound that letter makes? S. S. And the last one, a thing on a string. Do you remember the sound the letters make? Ng. Ng. Well done. Right, now I want you to get your pointers out. Now I want you to point to the screen. I'm going to say a sound and see if you guys can get it. You ready? I. Well done. Did you point to the blue box? Fantastic. Next one. B. Did you point to the green box? Well done if you did. Next one. G. Did you point to this one at the start? The light purple box? Fantastic. T. Did you point to the red one? Fantastic. Let me have a think. Ng. Did you point to our special friends at the end? Well done if you did. Fantastic phonics. If you need a little bit more time, you can either test somebody in your house. Let's go on to our next thing. So now we're going to think of some adjectives to describe some elephants. So I'm going to show you some pictures and I want you to think about what they look like. Okay, so here's our first elephant. see some birds in the back, can't we? Well done. So think about what he looks like. Can you see these big white things at the front? They're tusks, and elephants use them to help them to dig and things and fight sometimes. Look, it's got big, long. Do you know that word? It's a trunk. Fantastic, because we have a nose, but theirs is so long, and theirs is called a trunk. Look, long legs. Look at those big ears, and they're to keep them nice and cool. They fan themselves with those big ears. Oh, look. This one's huge, isn't he? And he's a bit muddy as well. Look, if you look really closely at the eyes, you can see the elephant has really long eyelashes to keep all that mud out of his eyes and dirt. Look, they're huge. Look at all their wrinkly skin as well. Okay, our turn now. So I need you guys to have your Fred fingers ready because we're going to have a go at sounding out some words, some adjectives, sorry. So the first one we've pointed to here is. Can you see that word? Is. So we'll do my turn, your turn. Is. And we've got here, what's it pointing to? Eyes. Oh, down here, we talked about that one. Trunk. Trunk. Here he's got his tusks. Super, well done if you remembered those. So now we're going to use our Fred fingers to have a go at sounding out some of those adjectives to describe those different things. So his eyes, they are black. We could use black. How else could we describe them? Well, I'm going to use the word small today. Now, small is a little bit of a tricky one, but I think you guys can help me. So, what does it begin with? Small. Sorry, I think it went quiet then. What does it begin with? Small. Small. Oh, well done. It does. It begins with the S sound. S. All. Now, all is a tricky red word. So don't worry if you didn't get that bit, but well done if you got those first two sounds. Give yourself 1, 2, 3. Well done, me. This one we're going to use our Fred fingers. So we're going to describe the trunk as very long. So let's use our Fred fingers. Long. Long. 3 sounds. Let's face them towards us. Let's pinch them. You ready? Long. Long. Now, well done if you spotted that special friend we were looking at before, that sound. Fantastic. Let's have a go at sounding out tusks. So all you guys need is your Fred fingers. So let's have a think. What could we use to describe his tusks? Maybe we could describe them as sharp. Now, sharp. We did this sound last week. Sharp. What's the first sound we can hear? Oh, well done. Shh. And that is a special friend. Shh. Now, R we won't have done yet, so I'll do that one. Shh. R. Fantastic if you got that last one. Sharp tusks. They are very sharp to fight with. Okay, now we've got his ears. It's a little bit of an easier one. We're going to try and sound out big. So let's get our Fred fingers ready. So we've got 3 sounds in big. Let's face them towards us. Big. B, I, G. Big. Well done. So let's write it. We've got B, I, G. Big. Big ears to fan himself with. Fantastic. Okay, now you guys can stop there, or ready for the next lesson, we can have a go at writing some of those adjectives to describe the horse. So here I've done some keywords to help you. So we've got eyes, fur, tail and legs, and I've left some blank spaces that I thought you could write down some adjectives. So you can just get an adult to draw a sketch of a horse, or you can do it, and you can use this page to help you with those keywords, and you can think of some adjectives to describe those different things. Do you think you guys can have a go? Fantastic. Okay, so thank you for listening. In our next lesson, we're going to use those adjectives and we're going to put a couple in some sentences. So keep tuned and don't forget to upload all your work to Tapestry. Well done, Year 1.